Morning.
It's cold.
This is the second time I've had to record this vlog.
Yes.
Because Sean was a bit poorly yesterday when I first recorded it. I'm on my own today. Poor Sean's in bed, he's got a bit of a poorly tummy. It's not the same with just one of us, but it's that late to publishing the vlog that it's practically live. There's probably like a 20-second delay between us recording it.
No, there isn't.
But we had to get him in, didn't he? Because he's little gorgeous, isn't he? Little gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Thing about Sean is when he's poorly, he looks really bossy.
No, I don't.
You do, don't you think? You've got a look of my old careers advisor from school.
But he good looking as well.
He wasn't good looking. He had a triple barrel name, Mr. Hartley Byron Cash.
Oh my God.
He don't look that posh, does he? Triple barrel name though, he was proper, he was absolutely loaded. There was a rumour when we were at school, he was so loaded with cash that when he had his bathroom refitted, he insisted on a golden shower.
Do you know what that means?
I'm just Googling it now, so I didn't expect that reaction. I'm not surprised he was loaded though, because he was a really good careers advisor. I mean, at like 15 and a half, he had me sussed. I remember him saying in office when I was 15, he says, Colin, he says, you're either going to end up a radio presenter or a fudge packer. No, there were a sweet factory.
Oh my God.
There were a sweet factory near where we lived that made fudge. I don't think I could have worked there though, because every other packet had been opening it. What's up with you this morning?
You can't say things like that.
Anyway, as you can probably see, we've had a little bit of snow.
A little bit?
A cold, icy northerly wind started up a few days ago, and we actually get a lot of people saying, is the weather like really bad up here in the Highlands in winter? And it's not usually this. I mean, this isn't bad. There's about 4 to 6 inches.
Yeah.
But we're quite low down. We're only about 40 metres above sea level. We're very near the coast. In fact, the coast is, as the crow flies, it's about 1/3 to 1/2 mile away. Yeah. It's not that far.
It's cold up there on the mountain.
Yeah, behind us, the hills, it does get cold up there. There's probably a lot more snow and it's a lot colder up there than it is down here. A lot of you also ask about the chickens and the bees, how we tend to them and keep them safe and warm when the conditions are very wintry like this. Now, normally Sean tends to the chickens.
Yes, I do, yes.
Because he's been a little bit poorly with his chippy tummy, I've been doing it for him for a couple of days.
Yes.
Now, the chickens overnight in weather like this are lovely and warm. They're all tucked up in their little coop with loads and loads of straw, and they huddle together and keep warm. What we also do is we've put some tarpaulin on the sides and the back of the wooden coop, and that keeps the wood dry. Yeah. And it also stops the icy draft from getting inside the coop. They've still got some ventilation in there, but it stops the wind from getting in. When it gets light, which is about 7 o'clock, isn't it? 6:30, 7 o'clock at the moment.
7 o'clock at the moment, yeah.
On a morning. Go down there, and the first thing we do is we take the water, which is completely frozen.
It is.
I was going to say pour it out, but literally bang it out.
Yeah.
Clean the water containers, fill it up with warm water so it doesn't freeze as quick. We also give them some extra food, and we'll put some fresh veg and bits and pieces in there, and corn and grain for them to go and peck at. And then once all that's done, we open the door from inside the coop.
And it's mayhem.
They can't wait to get out. Happy chickens. Unlike the chickens, the bees have got it sussed. They started planning for winter months ago.
They look after themselves.
In the autumn. What they do is they start reducing the size of the colony. So they'll kick all the male bees, the drones, out. They'll make sure that they've got enough stores of honey, because there's not much to forage when the conditions are like this. In fact, if they come out in this weather, it'd kill them.
It would.
So they make sure that they've got enough food in there to last them the winter. The only times they do come out on warmer days when it's not like this is to come out and have a poo, a bit like you. I wish I could show you inside, but it's literally pitch black in there. You can't see anything.
Can't open it either.
All the bees that are in there are huddled together. They're clustered like a big, warm, cosy bee hug.
Like a big ball.
And it's about 35 degrees Celsius inside the bee hug. And what they do to keep warm is they vibrate their wing muscles. and that creates heat.
Wow.
And they move in and out of the cluster so that it stays warm. And right in the middle, the queen is in there, and she's spreading her little pheromones to keep everybody happy. Now you see the straps around the hives? Well, it gets really windy up here in the Highlands. We have gusts of like 90 miles an hour recently.
Yeah, we can do.
Even in the most sheltered part of the land where the beehives are, it does get breezy. We also have foxes, and we have roe deer, and we have red deer, we have cats. There's even wild cats. We've never seen one.
We've never seen one. Otters.
And badgers.
Yes.
In fact, we've actually got a badger's set about 10 foot behind the beehives.
In our garden.
We think it's a badger's set because of the shape of the entrance. It's quite big and it's wide. It's like a wide oval shape.
Yeah.
And we know that foxes' dens are quite high and oval.
Yeah.
And a rabbit's would be a lot smaller.
Yeah.
And we have seen footprints in the snow which look like badger's footprints, not like foxes or a dog or a cat. So we think it is a badger. But that's why the straps are on there, because the deer sometimes rub against them.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're scratching an itch.
Oh, I say.
But the foxes and the badgers could try and knock them over to get the honey inside. So they're strapped around a breeze block, which is strapped around a pallet. And I'll tell you, they won't move.
They won't move at all.
Do you remember last autumn when the new colony of bees swarmed really late in the season? It was like late summer, early autumn. And we were quite worried because it was still a new colony, so it was quite a small colony that swarmed. Well, if you look behind us, we've got 3 hives. The first one on our far left is the original full one. They're doing fine. It was the bees in the middle hive, hive 2, that swarmed. Now, I caught the swarm in a tree just over to my right-hand side, and they're now living in hive 3, and they're doing really well too. I know that because about a week ago it was actually quite sunny and warm. It's about 11, 12 degrees, wasn't it?
Before this snow came, they were quite busy.
And they were both out. But I noticed at that time that there was no movement at all from the middle hive. Not a single bee, which was unusual because the other 2 were really busy. Now, because it was quite sunny and warm, I had a little peek, because we're not supposed to take the lids off, but I had a little peek just to have a look inside. And there was nothing. It was just dead. There were dead bees in there, and there was not a single sign of life in there.
Yeah.
There's a few reasons it could have happened, and I think the most obvious one is because the colony was quite small after the swarm, they did struggle to get the numbers back up.
Yeah.
They did manage to produce a new queen. We don't know how well she did in producing new brood with it being so late in the year. So it could be that the colony was too small to keep itself warm in the conditions. It could be disease, and I hope it isn't. If it is disease, I've actually sealed the entrance of the hive off to stop any of the other bees going in. And what I'll do is when the weather improves, I'll clean the hive out, I'll blowtorch it, and if I can reuse it, I will reuse it. It is unfortunate, and I spoke to quite a few beekeepers about it. It's not uncommon. I did everything I could, and I think it was the fact that they swarmed too late in the season. So apart from that, the bees really just are taking care of themselves until the spring properly comes. The only thing I do, you're having a lot of do-dos lately, aren't you? There we go, is what we call a heft test, which is where I'll take the strap off and I'll just give the hive a little bit of a lift, and that gives me an idea of how much honey's still in there, so we know that there's enough food for them to eat. If not, I can put some baker's fondant in the top, and that'll give them a little bit of sustenance. Do you fancy a bit of hefting? I don't think you're capable of it at the moment.
But hefting.
I'll tell you what though, that northerly wind is very, very icy.
Ooh.
We've had to stop work on the chicken fence again because of it.
Yes.
Well, A, because there's a few inches of snow on the ground, and B, the ground is absolutely frozen solid.
Again.
And Sean's not been well, and we're at the stage where we're actually digging out about a foot underneath the fence so that we can bury the fence, and then we line it with quite big rocks on each side.
So nothing can get in.
So nothing gets in. So that's on hold. Hopefully we can start on that in another week or so, if it gets any warmer.
Yeah.
Spring's got to be around the corner, hasn't it?
It had better be.
That one there. Anyway, we hope you've liked the snow and found this interesting, what we do in the winter with the bees and the chickens. What's it going to be like when we've got goats and moo cows?
Moo cows?
Moo cows.
Who said we're getting them?
Oh, a bit snotty then.
Oh.
We hope you've enjoyed the vlog. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up, and then if you hit Sean's wibbly wobbly notification bell, YouTube will let you know every time we release a new vlog. Oh, are you all right?
I'm fine.
Do you want a cup of tea?
Oh, I think I'll have a cup of coffee.
You want a cup of coffee?
Yes.
We'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Ta-ra!
Now you see the straps around the hives? Press the button, don't you? He does look quite bossy when he's poorly though, doesn't he? Don't you think?
Don't he?
Doesn't he? I can't get out of that accent. I don't know what accent it was. Mr. Hartley Byron Cash.
Were he good looking as well?
Forgotten. Yesterday I woke up with a surprising 8 inches, like I do every morning. Yorkshire born, Yorkshire bred, strong in arm,
Daft in head.
Now Sean normally tends to the chickens.
I put him in the spare bedroom.
And I tend to the bees. Is that what all that clucking was last night? I thought you had a lad round. Because it's cockicks like a...
Your cock's what?
I don't know. Shouldn't be that colour.
Oh.
As you'll see,
See, it was going so well. 15 minutes he said we'd be doing this. We've been here 4 hours. I've got frostbite in my toes.
As soon as it gets light on a morning, I come home, open the windows, climb in. And a rabbit's, like, what's it called? Where rabbits go, where they're not... I'm thinking of Beaverhausen. Do you know what I mean? It's not a beaver, is it? Like a rabbit's warren, is it? I don't know.
Warren?
It's something like that anyway. We'll do that one again.
15 minutes, you said?
Yep. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Ta-ra!
Yay!